Do you agree if someone is not concentrating on the job, they'll get hurt? Chance of getting hurt is high. Okay. You already take steps to fix this. If a guy came to your work site as a supervisor or a manager or as a mate, and the guy was not up to speed for some reason, you would notice it, would you not? Something's wrong with this guy. A normally bubbly person would be quiet. A normally quiet person would be boisterous and erratic. So you would see something is changing. What's wrong? Anything we can be concerned about. If you find out the guy's under some kind of stress, like we spoke earlier on, isn't it a good idea to call a halt? Either move the job to tomorrow if possible. If not possible, get someone else to do it. We wouldn't allow a guy to go out and work in this state as long as he owns up. I'm not going to go back to the owning up. We've dealt with that. But as a supervisor, okay? Now, how do we train ourselves to know when we're drifting off? Okay? How do we know when we're in that state? 3 out of 10 incidents have an element of this. So if we can fix it. Now I've got 2 techniques for you. It takes a bit of time to explain, and it's unfortunately, it's not like pushing a button. You have to practice this. Here's how it goes. Human beings have 2 minds working at the same time. Rational mind, like we're using now. Thinking, speaking, writing, joining the wires, cutting the pipe, whatever. Rational mind, fully aware right here. But as you know, sitting here, at the back of your mind is the subconscious. I call it the second mind, just to make it easy. First mind, rational. Subconscious, deep down, yeah? And the subconscious, you'll start smiling around about now. The subconscious keeps giving you messages about everything all day long. Agreed? For example, you're saying to yourself now, when is Bill Robb going to finish? I wonder what's for lunch. Did we turn off the stove? Racing tonight, have I got enough money to put a bet on? Yeah, whatever it is, even today, this morning, you've probably had about 40 messages coming, the subconscious trying to tell you stuff. Now this is good, this is your survival mechanism. The subconscious is trying to help you sort everything else out, but do you want this at the workplace? You're trying to do a job, subconscious comes in and you're thinking about something else. Now to put it into practical terms, if you were dealing with you were lifting 20 tons on a great big crane, whoa, you would be fully aware. The subconscious hasn't got a chance to come in because this thing's going to kill you if it drops. Yeah? So in those circumstances, we're fully aware. Where this gets us, as you know, routine, boring jobs, you've done many times, and that's where it gets us. Guys are hurt here doing routine, boring jobs we've done many times before because we go into autopilot, yeah? Second mind comes in, bang, and before we're somewhere else, we're on holiday somewhere, and bang, we get hurt. Okay? A good example of this is driving at home. Okay, where our driving now is almost automatic. We get home sometimes before we know we've even got home. Automatic. Now, how do you fix this? 2 steps. And you might laugh at this, but this is all we've got, yeah? For 15 minutes at the beginning of your shift, try and listen to the second mind. Try and listen to what it's telling you. Oh, hell, the kid needs new rugby boots. Okay? And what you do, once you get the message, once you hear what the second mind is saying, subconsciously in your mind say, not now, I'm busy. Next one, foreign currency for the holiday. We better get the foreign currency before the euro drops anymore. What am I thinking about? Bring it from the back to the front. I'm thinking of the foreign currency. Not now, I'm busy. Now I'm saying it out loud, which takes 2 seconds. You can do this in a microsecond. You're even doing it sometimes now, okay? So for 15 minutes, practice this technique, and in 15 minutes you'll get about 5. Try it yourself, please, and give me some feedback through George or Elaine. In 15 minutes, you'll get 5 or so reminders. Everything. Rugby boots, foreign currency, the car needs its MOT, or you better fix that leak in the roof. Every single thing in your life comes in those 15 minutes, okay? And what you're doing is stop, not now, I'm busy. Not now, dismiss. Alert, dismiss. Similarly, if you can remember, towards the end of the shift, 15 minutes towards the end, you can see why. Eh? When you go to work, you're still active about other things. When you're beginning to knock off, your subconscious is saying, right, now we can deal with these other things. So just 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes at night. Yes, I know I should do that. Not now, I'm busy. Now, please, when you practice this technique, do not say anything out loud. Do not make any jerky movements. Why not? Why not? Because we'll take you away, right? Now, here's the bad news. It takes about 7 days. Your subconscious has had free reign for 20, 30, 40 42 years, whatever. Now you're saying to it, no, look, please, when I'm at work, don't do this. Not now, I'm busy. And after about 7 days, what you find, the number of reminders you get tails off, never goes away. You can't eradicate it, you don't want to eradicate it. But after about 7 days, it comes down. And what you've done then is you've trained yourself to focus better at the workplace and not be distracted. Some people, maybe this table, need 10 days. Okay? So just have to hone in. And that's all there is. What else can you do to train the subconscious to focus on what we're doing? Now, here's step number 2. Step number 2. This often doesn't work. Remember we talked about being tired and losing concentration? If there's something big in your life, okay, the subconscious will come in and it'll stay. And it's telling you, I want this done now. You're not leaving until it's fixed. That's when you know. If you can't get rid of it in 3 goes, not now, I'm busy. Not now, I'm busy. You've saved 2 accidents already, haven't you? If it comes in for the 3rd time, that's a signal that the technique I just explained isn't working. What do you suggest that someone does then? If they're in that state where they've tried to dismiss this thing, I mean, let's take an example. A child in a hospital with a broken leg. You live in Aberdeen, you work in Manchester. There's no point going home for this. Is that going to eat you up as a parent at the work site? Absolutely. So what would your advice be to a guy who's tried 3 times to dismiss this and concentrate? Send him home, maybe. But before you send him home, you have to? Stop his wages. Oh, he's a hard man, this hard man. No. Stop the job, yeah? It's up to you. No, you see, if you haven't told the supervisor, there's nothing we can do. You yourself have got to say, look, I can't do this. That's where you can't cope, yeah? Time out. Excuse me, boss, I can't deal with this. Can I go and have a cup of tea, make some phone calls? If a man or a woman has the courage to come to you and say, listen, I'm sorry, I can't deal with this. Do you mind if I go and make these phone calls? Are you going to let them? Are you going to let them? Yes. If it's technical. Now, there might be, if you're in a very difficult situation, maybe you can't. Then we have to live with the chance that this guy's going to hurt himself and others. But if a guy has the courage to own up, it's bad. Those 2 techniques are all we've got so far. Now, all the other techniques you've got, management things to fix it before it starts. But if you don't own up, you're going to get hurt. And no one else knows. And after this workshop, you've got no escape, yeah? Before, we couldn't tell if you were unable to cope. You're tired, I'm tired, we're all tired. But how do we know when we've got to the point where we can't function safely? 3 strikes and you're out. If you have to focus 3 times, now remember, you have to practice that technique to know. But after 3 goes, stop the job, it's good. You're saving yourself and you're saving others. If a piece of equipment at the worksite breaks, do you stop the job? Yeah, reevaluate. If this isn't working, stop the job. 3 out of 10 accidents caused by this. We're so good. We're so good technically. The accidents are not happening for technical reasons. They're happening because a guy's worried about something, doesn't tell anybody, struggles on, cuts his fingers off. And we know because we've asked them.